Yes, Mike, you said that you may get a manager by the end of December. What are you looking for in a manager? What are some of the traits you need?
Well, first and foremost, I think anyone looking for a manager to lead the players needs to have the leadership skills, the experience, the credibility to do so. We have a lot of young players on this roster, a lot of whom will be adapting to play at the major league level. So having somebody that can guide them through that process with the right level of empathy for what they're going through, but also sternness when necessary, and just the whole leadership mix. That's very important. But we also need somebody who knows the game, good baseball mind, player development experience, you name it. There's a lot of things that go into it.
Major league experience necessary?
It's not 100% necessary. I think by nature the candidate pool, most of these, if not all of the candidates that we're looking at very strongly have had experience either playing or coaching at the major league level already.
What will the Orioles organization learn from your experience with analytics? Can you give us an example of what analytics does for a player?
Well, it's information. It's just information, and it's information that is derived from technology or data that's based on fact. And the important thing for us is translating that to the player in such a way that they can actually use it. So it's not printing out a bunch of stats and dropping it in their locker. It's having coaches and analysts with the know-how and communication skills to allow it to help the player. We've been very successful with that and our approach at the Houston Astros, and we'll try to replicate that here.
How long will it be before your analytics department will be up to full speed? I mean, like the Dodgers have 40 in their analytics department. Can you see something like that in Baltimore?
We're not going to just pile on people just to do it. Sig Meidel, who's in charge of that area, has a lot of experience. He knows the proper pace and scale to build out in such a way that we're getting the most use out of the people that we do have. So we'll see exactly how that proceeds and unfolds.
What's the most fun thing about rebuilding that Orioles fans can relate to?
We're going to have a lot of really special talents moving through this organization over the next couple of years. You're going to be able to follow them from their inception as professional players, from when we draft them, all the way through the minor league chain until they get here to Baltimore. So one of the benefits that we have as an organization is the proximity of all of our minor league teams. It's unbelievable. They're almost all right in the Baltimore area. And just the ability to follow these guys and get to know them all the way up, it's pretty special.
How do you balance development, player development versus win-losses in 2019, given that 115 losses last year was pretty miserable to watch?
I'm hoping we can improve the record, but our primary goal is elevating the talent base across this organization. Now, that can come with an improvement in the major league record, but my goal, first and foremost, is to increase the level of talent across this organization.
And what's impressed you most about the Orioles system so far?
There's a lot of very good players, especially in the minor league pitching ranks. There's some recent high draft picks that I'm personally very excited about. There's some good players up and down the chain. There's good players on the major league roster in Baltimore. So we have a lot of talented guys here. We're going to keep developing them and can't wait to watch them blossom.
What will determine whether Jonathan Villar plays shortstop or second base?
I think you'll see him play some of both positions, but he's a shortstop, and he'll be playing a lot of shortstop for us one way or another.
And what about Chris Davis? What's your scouting report on Chris Davis? What is it going to take to turn him around?
Well, he's got a lot of power. He's a very dangerous hitter. His season last year was very frustrating for him and for the club. It's something that I'm looking forward to getting his perspective on, seeing if there's any ways that we can help him make adjustments to turn it back around and get to the Chris Davis that we all know and love.
What's your favorite memory of going to Camden Yards as a kid?
I just remember the stadium itself. It's one of the best places to watch a baseball game in the world. You're right on top of the action. It's a beautiful setting, at the time in the 90s when the stadium opened, that was kind of a rare experience in baseball. Now it's sort of the model for what everyone else has done since, but it's a wonderful place.
Could you have imagined back then that you were going to be the general manager, rebuilding a roster and helping this team try to win, being in the position you were in way back when? Would that have been a dream?
I could not have foreseen it, no. This is not part of a master plan that I laid out when I was a young kid, but I'm just really happy to be here. It's just worked out so well, and I'm really excited about where we're going to take this team.